Alrighty, everyone. Welcome back. How's everybody today? Welcome. Phil here live on the stream. My first of 6 straight streaming days. That is right. We got quite the streaming week lined up for everyone here. Holy crap. How y'all doing? I certainly hope that that you guys had a good day away from my streams, as I was off yesterday. My one day a week that I get to take off to spend time with my wife and take care of stuff in real life, that needs to get done, which I indeed did. And it was a good day. It was a hectic day, but it was a good and fun day. And I am back. I am back today to start with 6 straight days of streaming. First of all, let's get everyone caught up on a bunch of stuff. All right. First of all, some people have already asked me about this. Yes, my website, thekingofhate.com, seems to be down. Seems like there's some kind of an error behind the scenes. I've contacted the webmaster. No doubt that will be, taken care of or looked at least within, the day. Don't freak out. Everything should be okay. All right. Not that you guys use the website that much. You probably don't. Right now, there's really nothing going on the website anyway. There's no nominations process or anything going on anyway. So we'll get that settled. Don't worry about that. Okay. Number 2, don't freak out. Yes, when I was away yesterday, subscriptions dipped dramatically. I'm not surprised. I told everyone that was going to happen because whenever I'm not here, there's no one watching. There's no one thinking, oh, my subscription expired and renewing. This is not a surprise. I was fully expecting this to happen, which is why I was trying to do a big push before my day off to hit the subs goal for the month. We were only 5 away at one point, but sadly it didn't happen. So now it's kind of like back to square one. We're down to around 580 something subs. It is what it is. We will continue to push, and hopefully we will hit the subs goal of 625 subs this month. Just a reminder, if we do, I'm doing a Christmas holiday themed marathon event where I'll be dressing up in holiday attire. I'll be drinking. I'll be playing games that you guys are going to nominate and vote on. It's going to be a fun event. I do it every year, and you guys always want to see it return. So I'm certainly hoping that we will hit the subs goal. Please consider subbing if you haven't. All right. Now, I got a couple things to talk about before we get to the schedule and everything else. FYI, this stream is going to be 4 hours of the Outer Worlds Endgame, meaning we're in the very end of the game at this point. We're almost 30 hours in. I think I'm like 25 hours into the game. And everyone's saying the game's only 30 hours long. Appears to be correct because we are near the end game. Like, we're doing the final missions and stuff. And we're pretty much close to wrapping it up. Will we 100% finish it today? I don't know. But I get the feeling we're going to get some great progress today, which is why I'm doing the Outer Worlds as the main gameplay stream. So that we can get as far as we can. And my goal is to finish this game up by Friday when we have multiple new releases. I want to get this game done and see the ending so that we're not rushed and we're not trying to cram it in when we're in the middle of other new game releases. Okay? So anyway, let's talk about 2 other things that I would like to talk about before we get to the schedule of what you guys can expect for this week. Okay, first of all, yesterday was the launch of Disney Plus in the United States. This is a streaming service that includes all kinds of content, mostly Disney, but everything under the Disney umbrella. So you're talking the classic Disney movies, animated movies, as well as all the Pixar movies, all the classic Disney animated series, the things I used to watch like when I was a kid, like the Disney Afternoon stuff, is all in there, which is really awesome. But then they got all the Marvel movies and Marvel content. Then they've got all the Star Wars movies and original Star Wars content. National Geographic, so tons of nature shows and stuff like that. It's got a lot of content under it. So Kat and I gave it a look last night. We didn't have much time, admittedly, because we were out most of the day, so we didn't have a lot of time to watch or use it. But we watched a few things. We watched a nature show about Yosemite National Park. And then we watched, of all the movies to watch, we were like, oh, what's a Disney animated movie we never saw? Oh, we never saw The Princess and the Frog. So we watched it, and I'll say this, the visual quality of Disney Plus is great. It's like really crisp and clear, no buffering. It looks like you're watching a Blu-ray, quite frankly. It's that level of quality, really good. Problem is, The Princess and the Frog sucked. That movie was shitty as hell, man. We were like, we were watching the movie like, this movie stinks. Like, damn, man. There's like one good character in the movie. He's a firefly who sacrifices his own life in order to help the heroes, who are really not heroes at all. They all suck. So there's like one character who's like a good character. Everything else in the movie is terrible. I don't recommend anyone watch it. It really sucks. But we watched it. We're like, nah, at least the quality was good. The quality was good. The movie stunk. And then we did something else afterward. I can't even remember. We watched one other thing too that I can't remember. So the cool thing about it is a lot of the Muppets stuff is on there, and we like the Muppets, so we'll probably watch like a couple of the Muppet movies on there and stuff like that. And it looks like they're going to add a lot of holiday-themed content by the end of the year for Christmas and everything. So it looks good for now, and I'm going to be quite frank with all of you. I'm probably dumping Netflix. I mean that. Like, I don't think I'm going to... I barely watch Netflix anymore. I think the last thing I watched on it was Stranger Things in the summer. The movies on Netflix aren't very good anymore. They took off the stuff on Netflix that I was watching. So I think I'm done with Netflix. I think I'm dumping it, and we're probably going to get Disney Plus instead. We're in the free trial of Disney Plus right now. So I think I am dumping Netflix. Since I don't use it, what's the point, right? Yeah. So there you go. I just thought that would be interesting to those of you who maybe were wondering about Disney Plus, if it's any good or anything. So far, we like it. One night watching it, we like it. We're going to watch more this week, for sure. Also, today is a big day for people who use YouTube. Today is the day when content creators are forced to tell YouTube whether or not they make content for children. And if they don't make content for children, if they do make content for children and they lie, they can basically be prosecuted. So it's a big day for content creators to decide how they want to categorize their content. Now, this is all stemming from a ruling where the U.S. government sued YouTube and said, for years and years, you've been putting out content that is definitely geared towards children, but you have not followed our advertisement guidelines. You've literally put any kind of ads and crap on there that you wanted. But in the United States, we have strict laws saying you can only advertise certain things to children. So when you have videos on there that are kids unboxing toys for little kids, content creators who are dressing up and acting and looking and dyeing their hair to look like cartoon characters and talking in high-pitched voices and overacting to look cartoony and are appealing mostly to a children's audience with the content they're putting out there, and then you run ads on those videos, you're breaking the law. So what YouTube has been forced to do now is, number one, they have to pay, I think it was like $170 million or something fine they had to pay. And as of today, they now force everyone to answer, do you make content for children or not? Okay? Now here's the thing. If you say you do, YouTube's not running ads on your videos anymore. They've outright said, per the ruling of the U.S. government, they can't advertise on children's videos anymore because basically they have no protections in place to make sure that the right ads are running. So that's it. If you make content for kids, you can't make money on YouTube anymore via advertisements. You have to seek out other means. Now, for example, there's this kid on YouTube who's rich, filthy rich, makes millions of dollars a year unboxing toys. He's already got a ridiculous amount of sponsorships outside of YouTube. So it doesn't even matter if he makes ad revenue or not. He's still going to be raking in the dough. But now it's the gray area. Okay? Now it's the gray area of what is considered children's content and what is not. All right? And I'll be very honest to all of you. I feel that, I've never made children's content. Number one, I always use strong adult language. Number two, as you guys see, I frequently play games that are not, E for everyone. Even though every once in a while I do. A lot of the games I play are either teen or mature or whatever. I certainly don't dress up like a cartoon character. I don't act like a fool purposely to attract children. It's never been my goal. My goal is always to put out entertaining content for those of a more mature audience. And nothing, has ever been catered to just towards kids. So, in my case, no, I don't feel whatsoever that that's going to affect me at all. And this morning, I answered very matter-of-factly and said, no, I do not make content for children. Okay? I don't. But, of course, what a lot of people are nervous about is that going to matter? Or is YouTube now going to review channels manually and override and this and that? Who knows? Well, it would be pretty stupid if they just categorize all video games as children's content. That would be completely ludicrous. In fact, it's been proven more adults play video games than children. So that would be really fucking stupid if they did that. All right. In addition, as I said, my content is definitely not kid-friendly. In fact, I would even go as far to say that if you're a parent, you shouldn't let your kids watch my stuff. You know, I am a 37-year-old, content creator who speaks from the heart, is very honest, and I will be very harsh when I need to. I will swear when I do. You know what I mean? Like, nothing that I do is kid-friendly. It never has been. So just to forewarn anyone who maybe, oh, well, what kind of filters out? Yeah, I'm Mr. Rogers. I'm the Mr. Rogers of the gaming world. You didn't know? Yeah, right. So anyway, yeah, this morning I was forced to categorize my content on YouTube. And so is everyone. As soon as you log into your YouTube page now, it pops up and says you must answer this immediately. So I guess we'll see what happens moving forward. Certainly, I find it interesting that this is happening, and I'm very curious of how YouTube would even enforce it. I have no clue how they would. For me, I'm sorry to say, but all these people, as I said, who literally dress up to look like cartoon characters, who act like cartoon characters, they're making content for kids. You know, the vast majority of people who make videos about Fortnite are making content for kids. You know, why do you think they have giant colorful thumbnails with neon hair and they have their faces in a weird contortion because they're trying to attract children to their videos? This is exactly how it's been for the past 10 years, is people finding these ways to attract some children to their videos to make money. And now apparently what the US government is saying is no more. Those days are over. You can't do that shit anymore. So will this change YouTube? I don't know. I guess we're going to find out together. It certainly shouldn't change my content whatsoever because I've never been about that and I never will. But let's see how it affects other people, I guess. All right. So anyway, today was a big day for that. I thought, I've been talking about that recently, and I figured that I would throw that out there so you guys know what's going on. Okay. All right. All right. So guys, that's that. Let's now get to the schedule. Let's talk about what's going on this week gaming-wise. Let's talk about what you guys can expect on the streams, etc. So today, as I said, Endgame stream of Outer Worlds. We're heading into the very end of the game, the final mission structures and everything. We have a few side quests to do quickly, but once we wrap those up, we're going to focus in on the end of the game. Will we finish it today? I don't know. We may not. I talked to Kat about it, and she's like, well, it seems like where you are, you're close to the end of the game. But I guess depending on how much side content I do and how long it takes for me to do those final missions, maybe I'll beat it, maybe I won't. So I guess we'll see today firsthand what happens, okay? Later tonight, my late night stream will be my first ever late night stream of Death Stranding. First time I'm ever doing that. Death Stranding's been a mainstream for 4 straight days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and now I'm going to do it as a late night stream tonight. 2 hours of Death Stranding progress later tonight. Apparently, I'm finally at the end of Chapter 3, and I'll be able to move on to Chapter 4. Okay, we'll see. Tomorrow, I'm basically doing the opposite of what I've done today. The main gameplay stream tomorrow will be Death Stranding. Okay, 4 hours of Death Stranding progress. Tomorrow night, Thursday night, is up in the air, because it depends on how things go tonight, or today. If I beat Outer Worlds today, then tomorrow night, what I'll do is I'll do 2 hours of Luigi's Mansion 3, which we're very close to the end of, much like this game, okay? If I don't finish Outer Worlds today, then I'll do 2 hours of Outer Worlds tomorrow night to try to wrap up the game, okay? So let's see how it goes today. That'll determine what I do tomorrow night. Friday is a huge new release day, all right? We got 2 giant high-profile new releases that I'll be tackling. The first is Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, a game that seems to be a combination of gameplay from games like Star Wars The Force Unleashed, with more gruelingly difficult combat like Dark Souls, open world exploration and puzzle solving, kind of like either, Metroidvania or Zelda-esque. So it seems like a combination of many factors. Most people following the game saying it looks quite good, and they're very hyped for this week. So I'm hyped as well. Haven't played a Star Wars game certainly in many years, and looking forward to one that may be quite unique and interesting starting this Friday. Now, in addition to that, Friday is the release of Pokemon Sword and Shield. I will be playing Pokemon Sword, and This is going to be fun because there's a few special things that I'm going to be doing for my Pokemon Sword playthrough. So listen up, everyone. A little bit of something for everybody, all right? So first off, we talked about this previously, and I think what we're going to do is every time that I play Pokemon Sword, more than likely, I'm going to end up having different Pokemon that I'm going to be recruiting and the like. And the way we're going to do it is similar to the kind of the thing that I've been doing every time I play Minecraft. The top contributor for every Pokemon stream will have the ability to name a Pokemon. All right? So let's say the first few streams, every stream I'm catching like 5 or more Pokemon. At the end of each stream, whoever's the top contributor will be able to name one of those Pokemon. Now, obviously, there's going to be rules. No, you can't do anything disgusting or sexual or insulting to me or my family. You know, it has to be legit names that could be silly or whatever. That's different. But, you know, that's how it's going to go. All right, it's going to be pretty fun, a way to get interactivity on the streams and get people tied into the streams. Now, in addition to that, I had a discussion with my mods over the last day that we may be able to implement penne points into the playthrough. So what do you mean by that? What I mean is that for those of you who've been accumulating channel points here on my channel for a while now, because I've now had it for over a month, you may be sitting on these points and be like, what am I supposed to do with all these? Well, for certain playthroughs, it looks like we may be able to start utilizing them. So the idea that we had, and let me just throw that out there. Let's say, for example, you've saved up a bunch of penne points. I don't know how many yet. I have no idea what would be a realistic amount. But you dump some penne points, and what you're able to do then is say, okay, I want Phil to use this particular Pokemon on today's stream. Okay, so you dump at the beginning of the stream, boom, use your penne point and say, I want you to use Squirtle today. Okay, and I put Squirtle in my party. See? That's kind of what we're thinking, is for those of you who have really been accumulating a lot of penne points and not had a lot of stuff, you know, being able to find it to use them on, maybe you could use them during this playthrough for things like that. Okay? So we'll see. I don't know how many points it's going to be or whatever. We'll find out. But anyway, that's kind of the idea we had. And we got 2 days to talk about it. We've been talking about it amongst each other to try to figure it out. And what I'll probably do is I'll probably set some basic stuff up for the weekend, the premiere of Pokemon Sword this weekend, and see, what makes sense and try it out. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. We don't have to do it long term, but I'm saying I'd like to try something different at least for this playthrough. Okay? So there you go. Okay, that's what I think we're going to try to do. No, Mr. Papa Bear says 100k penne points to restart the game from the beginning. No, I don't think that. Arbreezy says, I don't like that people will troll and give you weak Pokemon for gyms. I mean, that could definitely happen, Arbreezy. At the same time, we can limit it and be like, okay, only 2 a stream. So at least, even if people limit me to 3 weak Pokemon, maybe I can still have 2-3 strong Pokemon. You know what I mean? Not, 7 people do it, and now I have a party full of low Pokemon. Nah, we're not doing that. We got to make it so at least I can progress in the game. So we'll definitely limit it or whatever. Okay? So we'll see. Again, we're talking about it. We're debating it. We're going to talk a little bit more about it before we implement it this weekend. But that's what I'm thinking. That way, not only for those who have penne points can get a little bit something out of it, but then, if you want to contribute to the streams via other means, and you're the top contributor of the day, now you can actually hit a Pokemon that's named in your honor for the whole playthrough, which would be pretty neat, right? So that's what I'm thinking. All right? Fair enough? All right, so that's going to start on Friday. Now what we're going to do on Saturday is we're going to flip those streams. Saturday, the main gameplay stream will be Pokemon Sword, and the late stream will be Jedi Fallen Order. Okay? Sunday, we're going to swap back to Death Stranding as a main gameplay stream. And then Sunday night, more than likely, I'm going to be doing more Luigi's Mansion 3. And then on Monday, it's up in the air. I could do Death Stranding, or I could do Star Wars, or I could do Pokemon. You see what I mean? Like, I'll leave it open, and we'll determine on the fly what I'll be doing on Monday. And that's my streaming week, 6 days. So 2 days of Outer Worlds and Death Stranding. Then we got Star Wars, Jedi Fallen Order, and Pokemon this weekend. And then after that, we kind of determine what we want to do moving forward, depending on how you guys like the games. Okay? So you may have noticed one game missing from the lineup, WWE. Yeah, being quite frank with all of you, it's not a great game. It's kind of a game that we were doing as a joke. We are going to finish it, don't worry. I think we're in chapter 14, or just the starting chapter 15 of 18 in the My Career. It is going to finish. It's just right now, I don't see the reason to focus on it when we got all these other better games people want to see. Okay? Now, in addition to that, next week is the premiere, well, let me put this, the release of Shenmue 3. All right? And a lot of people are excited for Shenmue 3. I am as well. Last year, I played Shenmue 1 and 2. So I'm excited to see Shenmue 3 and see how it pans out, okay? However, I'm going to be in the midst of so many new releases right now, there's absolutely no way that I could play Shenmue 3 on release day. There's just no way. So what I'm going to do is we're going to juggle the games that I'm currently handling right now for a while. All right? For variety's sake, we'll mix them up every day. It'll be like juggled around differently. And then once I start wrapping those up, like let's say I finish up Luigi's Mansion 3 and maybe another game, then I'll consider starting Shenmue 3. But there's no way I could tackle another game on top of all the other stuff that I'm doing right now, okay? So that's how we're going to handle it, all right? It should be fun. It should be a good time. I mean, just think of the variety. Open world RPG, first-person exploration in Outer Worlds, third-person delivery, stranding game, whatever the hell you want to call it with the stranding. Then we got a kind of grueling action-based game in Star Wars. Then we've got a Pokemon RPG style game in Pokemon. Luigi's Mansion is a puzzle game. And then we're going to have more stuff, so much. Big variety coming up. I love being a variety streamer. I love this. I love that I don't come here and do the same thing every day. It's seriously so refreshing to be able to come here and do different stuff every single time that I stream. I love it, man. So I hope you guys like that too. I hope you're looking forward to all of that. Now, yes, there's a lot of other games that have come out as well that I haven't played. Need for Speed Heat is one of them. Super Monkey Ball Remaster, the Disney games remasters, the Medieval remaster, etc. And as I've told you guys, I am strongly considering playing those. Just have to wrap up all this other stuff first. December is a month that's going to be wide open. So we're going to have tons of stuff to play in December to get caught up on once we wrap up all these new release stuff in November. You see? So don't worry. There will be good variety. There will be good content coming up. We just got to tackle handle all the new releases first. Okay? Fair enough? All right. So there you go. Thank you guys for listening to that first segment. That was a lot to talk about. Now we can move on to the second segment, which is everyone's favorite segment. They're gratuitous plugs. Yeah, right. Obviously, I don't like to advertise. You guys don't like listening to advertisements, so I say thank you in advance because you guys put up with it every stream. All right? So, ladies and gentlemen, I have been a content creator for 11 years. Okay? I absolutely love what I do for a living. Despite many changes, many roadblocks, obstacles, and things that have been thrown my way over the years, I'm still here, I'm still going, and I still absolutely love the fact that every single day we get to sit down and enjoy games together, have fun interactions, and just in general have a good chill time. That being said, because of all the things that have happened over the years, I am no longer a full-time YouTuber. I am a full-time live streamer here on Twitch, and I primarily rely on your crowdfunding, to keep stuff going. It's your crowdfunding that pays my bills, lets me afford the games, and in general just, allows me to do this for a living. So if you love the fact that I'm here 6 days a week putting out full-time streams for you, if you love the fact that I'm still uploading all of my live streams as archives over on my YouTube channel, DSPGaming, despite the fact that I make next to nothing over there, I do it mostly for fan service because I realize not all of you can make it to the streams, okay? And if you love all that and you want to see it all continue, please consider contributing via one of the following methods that I am about to explain. All right? First of all, I have a Patreon at patreon.com/darksidephil. Give it a look. Second of all, I have a Teespring shop at teespring.com/stores/DSPGaming. That's full of all kinds of merch, mostly t-shirts, but you got other things there like hoodies and sweatshirts. Please give that a look. Now, if you're here live on the stream, all right, and you want to get some interactivity and some recognition for your contributions, you're going to want to contribute via one of the methods I'm about to outline. But before we get to that, one thing that I want to tell you right up front is that even though all these contributions that I'm about to mention are much appreciated and they do keep stuff going, they're not mandatory. I'm happy that people just come by and hang out with me every day. I've been doing this for 11 years. It's remarkable people still care about me. In addition to that, I understand not everyone can contribute. In general, I just love doing this because it's fun. I've been a lifelong gamer. I made videos on YouTube for 2.5 years before I could even make a dime doing it. So if that doesn't prove that I do it because I like it, and I have a passion for gaming, I don't know what would, okay? I would even do this, even if I couldn't make any money doing it, I would still do it in some capacity, okay? So please understand, it's not necessary to contribute, and it's not expected nor mandatory, but for those who do, thank you very much for going above and beyond. Let's now explore the ways that you can contribute on a live stream. First of all, you can cheer with bits, okay? And I believe, I don't know if this is 100%, I believe the Terminator cheer mote is still working. I don't know if anyone's used it today. They were doing a promotion where if you used a Terminator cheer mote, you would give 10% bonus bits to the streamer, but I don't know if it's still running. But, you know, cheering is one way to contribute, cheering with bits. Another way is by subscribing to the channel. No, it's not. People are saying it ended. Okay, it ended. All right. No more Terminator cheer modes. It ended. Never mind. Much like the movie franchise, it's gone forever. So I hope you enjoyed it while it lasted. It's gone forever now. Okay. Number 2, you can subscribe to the channel. We've already talked about subscriber goal for this month is a holiday marathon. If you subscribe, you get many benefits, including over 30 different emotes on the channel, as well as you'll get a cool chat crown badge to show how long you've been a supporter. And then on top of all of that stuff, you won't have to watch advertisements when I take ad breaks. So a lot of benefits, okay? A lot of fun, positive benefits to subbing. Or you could tip me. You know, tipping me sends funds immediately to do things like afford new games and pay bills. All right, so there's many ways you can contribute. If you do any of those things during today's live stream, I'm going to give you a thank you shout out during the stream. So, you know, please consider it. And if you want to get some extra recognition, just saying. Now, in addition, we have a leaderboard. You can see at the bottom of the stream there. It has top cheerer and top tipper. That will be updated periodically based on who is the top cheerer and top tipper contributing for the day. And then in addition to that, there's an integrated leaderboard here on Twitch that tracks things such as top cheerers of the week, as well as the top sub gifters of the week, okay? So, there's many ways to contribute, there's many ways to help, and there's many ways for you to get recognition. Being very matter of fact with all of you, the best way, the blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's try that again. The best way to contribute would be by tipping me, all right? The reason being, I still have not gotten paid by Twitch. I'm expecting to get paid by Twitch for the month within the next few days, which would be great because then I can pay a bunch of stuff. But right now, basically I'm stuck, you know, until they pay me. Usually they pay me around the 15th. I need to buy 2 games by the 15th. Oops. So if you contribute via tips today, that's what those funds are going towards. Buying the games on Friday, and then past that, you know, paying bills and the like. So please consider tipping me. There's 2 ways you can tip me on a stream. If you look below the stream, there's a tips jar button you could click on, or you could type !tip into the stream chat. Either way will bring you to my PayPal tips page. A couple things about tipping you should definitely know. The first is that if you're going to tip me, I strongly recommend you protect your identity by not putting any personal characteristics tied to who you are in real life. A lot of the times I recommend you just use an alias, or you make up a name, or you just say anonymous. Reason being, sadly, there are these no-life people on the internet. They love to harass people who contribute to streamers. They're really messed up. They'll try to get your information and use it against you. So, just saying, do what you can to protect your identity. That's number 1. Number 2, if you are going to tip me, you don't need a PayPal account to do it. That is a misconception. You don't have to go through the hassle of registering and then linking to a bank account and doing all that crap. Instead, you can actually just use a debit or credit card, much like you would make any other payment on the internet. However, I've found that there are some difficulties in doing that sometimes if you're trying to do it on a mobile device. I've tried to actually check out my own PayPal page on my phone, and half the time I don't see the options to tip without having an account. So I strongly recommend, if you would like to tip me but you don't want to use a PayPal account, you do it on a desktop computer. Okay? Fair enough? All right. That's enough about that crap. So thanks to anyone who does tip. It helps out tremendously. That's what I need to help with most today. So I hope you guys will seriously consider tipping if you can. Okay. All right. Now let's talk about the rules. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm a full-time streamer here on Twitch.tv, and that means that I have to abide by all the rules and regulations that Twitch has on their website and their business. Right. And I do. I'm okay with that, but just please understand that I cannot just say or do willy-nilly whatever the hell I want. I have to abide by their rules, okay? Now, in addition to that, I have my own code of conduct that I try to follow. In general, my mantra is this. I want people to be able to escape the real-life drama and toxicity of their lives and come to the stream to have a good chill time. That means watching me play games, having honest reactions to the things going on in said games, and interacting with me, whether it's talking with me in the stream chat, talking with me a little bit on the stream via a contribution, maybe having some fun interaction with other people in stream chat, right? You just want to have a good relaxing time. You don't want to come to the stream and be inundated with drama and arguments and all kinds of nasty stuff, which is why I have a couple general rules that we follow. The first is, please guys, let's not talk about controversial topics that's going to divide people. So, in general, politics and religion discussion is not allowed in the stream chat. Now, if we're playing a game where those are actually part of the game's discussion, then that's perfectly fine. If it's in context to what we're doing, that's fine. But please don't come in here and immediately start spouting off stuff about Brexit and Donald Trump and this and that, world politics. That's not what this is. This is a gameplay stream to escape that stuff, not to keep talking about it, okay? So please understand that. I hope you do. And please keep that out of here. Now, in addition to that, I am well aware, ladies and gentlemen, that there are people all over the internet who on a daily basis make it their agenda to defame me, to slander me, to make fun of me, to illegally steal my content, to illegally restream my content without my permission, and basically make a buck on my behalf. They ride my coattails because they know that I'm a content creator that's been around the block, and they do what they do in order to get popularity and attention and make money for themselves on my behalf. You know, they know that it hurts me. They know that it's you know, detrimental to me and my well-being. They don't give a fuck because they're selfish pricks, and they only care about themselves. So that being said, we know these people exist. There's no reason to talk about them on the stream or bring them up, because what you're doing then is you're giving them exactly what they want, attention. The more attention they get via any means, they feel it makes them more popular and it gives them more money. That's why they do what they do to begin with. So if we talk about it on the stream, obviously you're giving them what they want. So what I mean by that is, please don't come on here and say, oh, Phil, did you know this guy's restreaming you? Did you know this guy's insulting you? This guy said this about you. Did you know this person's attacking someone who contributed on a stream recently? When you do any of that on my streams, you're doing exactly what they want. You're playing right into their hands, all right? So outside of me just very briefly bringing this up on the pre-stream, we don't talk about it. It's not allowed on the stream. It's against the rules. So please understand that up front. I don't want anyone accidentally, you know, being moderated because they bring it up. You know, sometimes we do get people who are innocent. They're newcomers. They don't get it. That's why that's a rule, and that's why I talk about it on the pre-stream. Okay? Good stuff? All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, third and final segment of the pre-stream, we are going to give thank you shout-outs for those who have contributed. And what I'd like to do here, it looks like there's a bunch of contributions that actually came in over the course of the day when I was off, and then we're going to do contributions from today. So first of all, during my day off, we had a lot of people who contributed. First of all, we had Golden Colts, who did a few cheers. Thank you very much, Golden Colts. We had ATS318, who tipped me $5 and said the following. Phil and Death Stranding, each grenade in a list is a set of 5, so you're actually carrying way more grenades than you need. You can equip them by holding right on the D-pad, then you hit R3 to go to the next page. Well, I already knew that. I didn't know that originally. I was very confused about the control scheme, but as I continued on in the game, it sounds to me like ATS is watching my playthrough on YouTube but didn't catch up yet. I figured that out, and I've definitely been implementing that. The thing is, it wasn't that I was taking too many grenades. I was purposely taking that many grenades because you need one grenade to kill a BT. And the thing is, sometimes the one grenade doesn't even kill the BT. You need 2. So I needed a ridiculous amount of grenades on me to get through certain areas, and you know, even though you're right, I've been having a ton of grenades equipped on me. Never have I felt like it over encumbered me because of that, and actually it's allowed me to freely get through certain areas. So good stuff. Thank you for the recommendation. And in fact, ATS318 also went ahead and subscribed as well yesterday. So thank you, ATS, for all of that support. I also received an anonymous cheer from someone for 56 bits during the day off, so thank you to whoever that was. Chazzy Boy 1980 tipped me $10 yesterday when I wasn't here, so thank you very much to Chazzy Boy. Appreciate that. Continuing on, Mr. Papavera cheered overnight and said the following. Hey, Phil, I wanted to mention something about waypoints in Death Stranding. When you make them, you can do more than just a straight line. You can actually customize your path by making a bunch of waypoints to connect to each other, so you can do stuff like a zigzag pattern. So you know where to follow terrain. It looks easier to cross from the map and avoiding mountains or following rivers. That's actually, I would say that's a good recommendation. The only thing that I have to say about that is, sadly, on the map, I have a hard time figuring out what the terrain actually is. Like, I look at the map and I'm like, oh, this looks like it's clear, and the next thing you know, it's full of rocks. Like, well, that wasn't clear at all, you know? So maybe once you get to know the terrain more, it'll be easier to figure out. But one of the things that I think is a little... Honestly, I think that's part of the challenge of the game, because if you knew what the terrain was before you got there, wouldn't that be, like, way easy? Oh, I know that there's mules here, and I know that there's BTs here, and I know that this is rocky, so I can't drive my bike off it, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to go this path immediately. I think that would take away from the challenge of the game, and I think it was kind of done on purpose, that you would have these different terrains in different ways and obstacles. So, thank you for the suggestion. Thank you for the information. We'll try to implement that the further I get into the game. Tantamouter also did a 100-bit cheer overnight. Thank you very much, Tantamouter, for the 100-bit cheer. Golden Colts did a series of more cheers here, actually. So thank you, Golden Colts. Then, excuse me. Oh, my goodness. Right as I was turning on my stream today, Mr. Papavera did another 50-bit cheer. So technically, this was the first cheer of the stream. Let's get Mr. Papavera up on the leaderboard, and then we'll read what he had to say. He said, your Sonic song reminded me of the new Sonic the Hedgehog trailer that has come out. Yeah, it came out yesterday during my day off. I forgot to mention that, but we'll talk about it now. He says, it looks good. Paramount has done a good job of reworking the design of Sonic. Actually looks like Sonic now, and the editing on the new trailer too looks like it might be a fun movie, and I'm sold on seeing it. I think it would be cool if you see it when it comes out and give your thoughts. Yeah, you know, this movie may actually and honestly turn out to be a Hollywood success story where, for one of the very first times ever, a movie development studio directly listened to the feedback of the potential viewer to retool the product they were going to provide and make it so that Hollywood did not actually butcher something source material. If you remember, much earlier this year, there was a trailer that came out for Sonic the Hedgehog the movie, and the plot, which seems way out there and funny, is kind of ruined when you're staring at Sonic and he looked like this freaking abomination. They tried to make Sonic look like a hybrid of realism and, I don't know, a furry. I don't even know what to say. Like, he just didn't look good. We all know Sonic is a cartoony character, right? Why they made him try to look the way they did is abysmally stupid. Now, I have not seen the new trailer, but I did see many stills from the trailer, seeing the new Sonic. I agree, he looks good. He looks way more similar to the video game character. I think the whole plotline's supposed to be that the video game world is crossed over into ours. You know, like Sonic's not supposed to be in this dimension. He's like a character that accidentally went through a dimensional portal and ended up in our world or whatever. So why on earth they tried to make him realistic looking, I have no idea. They could have made him a fucking cartoon, and I think it would have been better than what they threw in originally. So in this case, there was such fan backlash in regards to the original Sonic design that the makers of the movie came out and said, all right, we've heard what you said, and being that literally everyone is making fun of us, we don't want to release the movie like that. Let's actually go back to the drawing board and try to retool this. Now, what you guys got to understand is this is quite the undertaking. At the point that they were at, they were only a few months away from the release of the movie. This movie was supposed to originally be released in September. All right. So, with that being said, they delayed the movie till next year and then probably more than likely had to destroy all their merch. They probably had made a bunch of merchandise and tie-ins and stuff with the old design, and now they have to retool it and redo it for this new design of Sonic. All right? That's not an easy task. So, kind of interesting. I don't know. I guess we're going to find out how it actually pans out when it releases next year. But most people, apparently, the overall overwhelming feedback now is that Sonic looks much better, and everyone wants to go see the movie now. So they may have inadvertently, with this screw up of the design of Sonic, they may have inadvertently kind of saved the day by doing what they did. You know, so this may end up being like a good story once it all pans out. I guess we're gonna find out how it actually goes when the movie releases, but yeah, to me it's looking good, and hopefully the movie doesn't suck ass. I mean, that's the thing, you never know. The movie could still blow. the movie could still be freaking absolutely terrible. In which case, you know, all this was for nothing, I guess, right? I guess we'll see. You know, there's no way to tell right now, but you know, I am certainly interested to see how it pans out. So, will I see the movie next year? I don't know. I as you guys know, I don't have money to really do this kind of stuff, and you know, more than likely, probably it's a no, but maybe I'll eventually see it on demand or something. Who knows? But I hope that the movie turns out well. We need a movie, even if it ends up being a comedy that's over the top and kind of self-aware that it's ridiculous. At least it would still kind of be entertaining, I think. So let's hope for the best. All right, continuing on. Our first tip of the day came from I Only Eat Penne. What a name. Let's put him on the leaderboard. $1 tip to get the tipping started today. So thank you to I Only Eat Penne. Good for you. And they say the following. Hold on. I've been a huge fan of your content for the last couple of years. This is the first tip of many more to come. Keep up the good work and the great spirit. I can see some good things coming your way this holiday season. Say hi to Jasper for me. Well, thank you. That's a very positive message. I certainly hope things turn out well this holiday season. I hope you guys will continue to join me on streams for the holidays. It should be a good time, I hope. All right? So thank you for that. And thank you for the $1 tip. Thanks for getting the tipping started. Alexander Rossi resub for 5 months and says, hello, Richard Jordan Burnell. My name's not Richard. Do you regret not renewing the lease on your salvage title V6 BMW? Yes. No, I don't actually. If you're talking, obviously this is a Wings meme, but no, I don't. I'll be honest, I don't regret at all not having a BMW. Like, I had it for a few years when I could afford it, back when I was making money to afford a BMW. I leased one. And quite frankly, my car that I have now is just as good. Like, it's way less expensive. I wasn't using the features on the BMW that I was paying extra for anyway. Like their stupid roadside assistance where if you get stuck, you press a button and you can call BMW, service, and they send someone out to save you or whatever. Where the hell was I driving that I needed that? Nowhere. It was a complete waste. I never used it. So I'm very happy with my vehicle that I have now, which is about, way less expensive. And I do feel that it was nice to at least experience that while I had it, so I know what a BMW is, but I'm never going to go back to that ever again in my whole life. It's a complete waste of money. So thank you, Rossi, for the resub. Someone named I'm gay tipped me $1. He says, I shit my pants every day. I think someone was trying to troll, but because they don't understand English, they forgot a letter. But anyway, thank you for the $1 tip. Ladies and gentlemen, No Couture, who has been a very generous contributor recently on my streams, gifted 20 subscriptions on the stream this morning. So what I will do is I am definitely going to update the sub count, and we're going to see where we are with subs now, because I know we dipped a ton when I wasn't here. We may have jumped a giant amount. We're going to find out, okay? So, No Couture gifted 20 subs to the following people. Honest Fan, Blazing Plague, Little Dude 67, Outrun Exile, Orson the Voice, Ambitious Moose, Sammy T1414, come on. Okay, here we go. Hail Hyfra 03, Garfator, Nuffin a Frog Could Do, Infinity War Dev Team, Ann Zova, X-God Blaze, Zeres, Lunar Tears 0, Niteksha, Taiwanese bike manufacturer, what a name, J Liu 25, Bogey 6, and Ult T Dancer. So congratulations to all of you. You should all owe a debt of gratitude to No Couture for gifting you subscriptions. I hope you will personally thank him or her. And thank you again, No Couture, for the ongoing support. You've been very supportive these past couple of weeks. It's much appreciated. All right, Philly Buckeye cheered. He says, when I have kids, the only entertainment they will be allowed to watch is Phil. Your kids are going to be some twisted motherfuckers. That's all I have to say. Like, they are going to be incredibly disturbing. What I would hope is that by the time you have kids, maybe I'm not doing this anymore. I'm just saying. But that's probably a very bad idea. As I said, I don't really make PG content. Probably one of the worst decisions you'll ever make in your life. But thank you for the cheer, Philly Buckeye. And then Philly Buckeye also subscribed to the channel, or excuse me, gifted a sub to Not the Guy You Just Banned. So congratulations to Not the Guy You Just Banned on receiving a gifted sub. Okay. There you go. Thank you very much, Philly Buckeye. Rob tipped me $5. He says, so glad you're here, dude. Shit day, so thankful for you. All right, thank you, Rob. You're the biggest tipper of the day so far. I appreciate that very much. Let's get you up on the leaderboard. Good to see you. Hopefully, my stream cheers you up. As many people say, you know, when they watch my content, it does cheer them up, makes them feel good. And that's kind of the goal. So that sounds great, and hopefully it does cheer you up a bit. Sorry to hear that you're having a bad day so far. Thank you for the support. All right, hold on. Oh, shit, there we go. Crap, I keep misclicking. Okay. So Rob, excuse me, I screwed this up. Philly Buckeye cheered, and he said, what's objectively the best Pokemon? Why is it Bidoof? Isn't Bidoof the one that has, like, horns? Wasn't it the one that looks like a bull? I could be completely wrong. I mean, I'm not a Pokemon aficionado. Certainly. But I think it was. I don't know. But anyway, thank you, Philly Buckeye, for the cheer. Rob8777 has gifted a sub to N Factor. Congratulations, N Factor, on receiving that gifted sub. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you, Rob, for the support. Very nice. Johnny Boy 27,000 did a 100-bit cheer. He says, I just want to be a part of the pre-stream. Haha. Well, thank you, Johnny Boy. You indeed are part of the pre-stream. Haha. So let me get you up on the leaderboard here. Okay. Thank you very much for that. Thank you. 100-bit cheer. All right, continuing on. I received a $5 troll tip that I'm not going to read nor acknowledge. But thank you for the $5 troll tip. Bad troll who did not get read or acknowledged. Continuing on. Lil Jimmy, what's going on, man? He just cheered. 50 bits. He says, excuse me, did you buy Pokemon yet? There's a lot of negative talk about it. I still think it'll be a good game. I didn't buy it because I couldn't afford it yet. I'm hoping within today and tomorrow to raise enough funds to afford both that and Jedi Fallen Order. That's why I said tips are the best way to contribute, because I use them for things just like this, and I need to raise enough funds to buy those games, okay? Yeah, I heard all the negativity. There's less Pokemon than previous Pokemon games. A lot of the Pokemon that are classic Pokemon are not in this game. And people are very upset about that. So people are saying, oh, the graphics ain't so good. And there's like invisible walls and limitations. To me, I've never played like a modernized Pokemon game. You guys remember, the Pokemon games I played were mobile games. So, I say mobile, what I mean is like on the 3DS. I've never played like a Pokemon game on a console before, ever. I've never seen a Pokemon game with any modernized graphics or anything. So for me, it's like, everything's a positive. Even though people are complaining about the limitations of the game, this game's going to be the best Pokemon game I've ever played. What I think is people who are hardcore aficionados of Pokemon and played every Pokemon game in the series, and, you know, they're the ones who are going to be disappointed by Pokemon Sword and Shield. I don't think that the disappointments are things that would affect a gamer like me, who's just jumping in and enjoying the game for what it is, because I don't usually play Pokemon. You see what I mean? So, I'm not too worried. I think it'll be an entertaining playthrough. I hope that you guys will join me for it starting on Friday. If you absolutely are so adamantly against the game, then so be it. You have that right. And I wouldn't know, because I don't know better. I guess sometimes they say ignorance is bliss, and in this case, I'm pretty ignorant to the situation. Okay? Froggen's cheered. He said, with YouTube cracking down on children's entertainers, do you feel it'll be harder for you to monetize your stream archives on YouTube? Seems like if you want to monetize your content on YouTube, you have to walk within a certain unknown gray area. You have to make sure not to be too edgy when your advertiser unfriendly, but also make sure you're not too kid-friendly, where YouTube considers your video made for kids. Let's not forget about the false copyright bullshit, too. I already talked about this, Froggens. I guess you joined late, but that was the first thing we talked about on stream. I've never made content for children, and anyone who watches the content for more than 5 minutes would know it's not for kids. I'm a 37-year-old content creator who very much makes content that's geared towards, you know, adults. Always have, okay? But you're right. Now, if you're too edgy, now your advertiser unfriendly. But if you're making content for children, you can't have ads anyway, because we broke the law on YouTube, and now we have to abide by law, you see? So you're right. And it is going to be an area that people are going to have issue with, and YouTube's going to have issue with, and we basically just have to wait and see how it gets implemented. But as I said this morning, the first thing I did when I logged on to YouTube, I signed up and said, do not make content for children ever. My content should not be viewed by small children. That would be pretty bad to expose children to my content, considering the kind of language and the stuff that we talk about on my streams. Okay? Fair enough. FL Gibson 97 has resubscribed for 7 months. Thank you, FL Gibson, for the resubscription. I appreciate that. And Philly Buckeye cheered. He said Bidoof is a beaver. You find it in the first area of the game he appears in. Oh, I didn't know that. I thought that Bidoof was... Then what's the bull do? Oh, no. He's not a bull. Isn't he supposed to be like a bug with horns or something? I remember this Pokemon from the last one I played. Maybe I'm misremembering. I don't know. Anyway, awesome. Thank you for the cheer. All right, so a few things that obviously I want to do. Let's see. A few things that I want to do. Let's, number one, check on the sub count. Let's see where we've gone with subs. We're at 604 subscriptions. So thank you guys very much, everyone, for their support so far here on the pre-stream. Let's update the sub count. 604. That means it's 21 subs away from hitting the sub goal for the month. We're much closer now than we were when we started. So thank you, everyone who subscribed, who gifted subs. Very much appreciated. Let's keep that momentum going. Maybe within the next few days, we can hit the sub goal for the month. Okay? It's number one. I'd also like to go ahead and give a shout out to the top cheerers and sub contributors of the week. So let's do that. So shout out to the top 10 cheerers of the week. Keep in mind, this is only considering Monday, essentially, because I wasn't here yesterday. So this is top 10 cheers of the week as of, the cheering stats on Monday. In 10th place, Zero Axis. In 9th place, Little Jimmy. Actually, there's a triple tie for 7th between Little Jimmy, Phantom Fuzz, and Simply Pimply. So that's a big tie there. Thank you guys very much. Then there's a tie for 5th place between Tantamounter and Insomniatic Me. Thank you guys. There's also 4th place, Gangly Uncoordinated D. 3rd place, Nath Vapes. And then a tie for 1st between Mr. Barbavera and Golden Colts. So thanks to all of you who have been supportive in that regard so far this week. Thank you. Also, let's talk about sub gifters, because now we have a good amount of them. We have 3 people who gifted 1 sub this week. Rob8777, as well as Philly Buckeye and M5NSX. Thank you, guys. We have Frenolith, who gifted 10 subscriptions earlier in the week. And then today, this morning, on the pre-stream, No Couture gifted 20 subscriptions. So thank you all very much for that support as well. All right, I just received a $1 tip from Constantine, who says, I know you're not following WWE anymore. What do you think about CM Punk's returning to WWE Backstage show this Monday? As a Fox employee, good luck with your stream today. I don't know. I don't even know what WWE Backstage is. I told you, I'm not watching WWE actively. Every once in a while, I'll try to watch one of the shows now. So maybe I watch like 2-3 wrestling shows a week total. Mostly I'm watching NXT and NXT UK. If I watch Raw or SmackDown, it's something that I just do quickly. What the hell is WWE Backstage? I don't even know what that is. I don't even know if I have access to watch it. What is it? I need more information here. I mean, hearing that CM Punk is back in WWE, quite frankly, is not ultra surprising, even though he hates the company because of the things that they did to him when he was an active wrestler. I'm not surprised to hear that he's back in some capacity. Number one, I'm sure the guy wants money. Number two, his MMA career didn't go so well. He made a lot of money doing it, but he didn't exactly have success. So I'm not surprised. It's free on Fox. It's a talk show. Okay? It's a pre-show, but it's on Tuesdays, and it's got CM Punk. What? Why would it be on Tuesdays as a pre-show if SmackDown on Fox is on Fridays? Right? I'm so confused. Well, this one went right over my head. Like I said, I haven't seen anything to this effect. I'm not surprised to hear CM Punk's back in some capacity with WWE. However, I don't expect to see him wrestling. I really don't. Like, even though people might clamor for it forever, I don't expect to see him back wrestling. He really hated the whole wrestling culture of WWE. He felt that WWE put his body at risk many times when he wanted rest or to... Well, he had said that he had a staph infection in his back, as a big lump, and he had went to WWE doctors, and they claimed that it wasn't a staph infection. Then he went to a different doctor who said it was and cut it out of his body because he said it was destroying him. So I don't know. I really seriously doubt we're going to have him wrestling again anytime soon. Okay? But I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see what happens. All right, so thank you for the dollar tip, Constantine. Mr. Primavera did 100 cheer. He says, sorry, Golden. Man, my throat. Hold on. There we go. Excuse me. He says, sorry, Golden, probably because now Mr. Primavera has become the top cheerer of the week. So thank you, Mr. Primavera, for the 100-bit cheer. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, that covers all the contributions. We've done all the shout-outs. So I guess that's it, right? Let's go ahead. And let's end the pre-stream. Let me very briefly, I'm going to use the restroom quickly. We're going to jump into the Endgame of Outer Worlds. If you remember, what we're doing is we're trying to wrap up some quest lines outside of Byzantium, even though they tie into the people of Byzantium. They're located on the outside of Byzantium. So we're going to try to wrap those up. Then we'll go back to Byzantium, do the main plot line, and we'll see where the game takes us. Again, I don't know how much is left in the game. We may finish on this stream, we may not. But at least we'll get a good push into it. I do want to try to wrap this game up by Friday, so that way this game is done before we start jumping into other lengthy new releases, okay? Thank you guys so far. Oh, wait a minute. So there you go. Another dollar tip from a troll. So I'm ignoring it. There you go. Okay, then. It was a dollar tip from a troll. I read it. I was like, it's a troll. Not paying attention to it. Okay. So, thank you guys very much for all the support. I'll be back shortly. Remember, the best way to support me today is to tip me. I got to try to afford these games for Friday, okay? So, all right. That is it. Thank you. I'll be right back with the Outer World.